What's up, everyone? My name is Mike. Welcome back to my channel. It looks like it says I am muted here. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to double check my sound as well. I think we're good. And we are good to go here. And so I got a little bit sidetracked. I was supposed to start a little bit earlier than this. And the reason for that was I got an ad on my Instagram, and I started scrolling through it. It's actually something that I thought, you know what, why don't I just do it here on the stream? So I'm going to pull that up. Let's see here. It is, so I've been getting a bunch of Star Wars ads on my Instagram, which is great. I love Star Wars things, and I love being sold to. So I got an ad for DC shoes, and maybe I'll pull that up too to show you that. DC shoes, Star Wars, but the ones that I wanted, they didn't have anymore, so I might pick them up on eBay or something like that. But that was the first thing that I got advertised to. Now I'm getting a bunch of Star Wars things. And all these things are like, yeah, I could purchase one of those, or a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Especially when it's Star Wars. Like, why not? So the shoes were the first thing that came up. And I'm sorry if you're here to talk about VeVe. We'll be talking about VeVe very shortly. I do just want to go through this and show you kind of what I was looking at, because I think it's interesting. I think it's cool. Star Wars is my one of my favorite things to talk about in general. So if they're advertising that to me, anything Star Wars related, I might as well do it here on the stream and see if anybody else is interested in these things that I've also been looking at. So actually, it was this morning I got these DC shoes. This advertisement. Oh, this is interesting. 30% off one item today. Sign up. Sure. If I can get 30% off these shoes, I might as well. Ooh. Yada Dog, what's up? Happy Sunday to you as well there. I was just signing up to this. Use code at checkout copied. Let me put that somewhere else here. Save that somewhere. All right. I think we're in business now. Pull that back up. So Star Wars DC shoes. Back when I was in high school, DC shoes were my favorite. But this just catches my eye because it's Star Wars. They've got these Darth Vader shoes. I thought they looked fairly interesting, but it was actually these Luke Skywalker shoes that I really liked. Unfortunately, they don't have my size. I thought those look really cool. It's got the Rebel Alliance symbol on it. You can see them here. They don't have my size, though. Everything's selling out really quick, which is cool to see. But I liked that one. And then if I go back to the collection, the next one I was wanting to get was the Boba Fett ones. And not that I'm a huge Boba Fett fan, to be honest, but those look cool. That they nailed that. So these ones I might pick up on eBay a little bit later, because those ones are definitely really cool. Actually, the Stormtrooper ones were probably my next choice after that. They've got this cool little band going down the middle there. So I thought those, in the DC logo there popping out. Like I said, DC in high school was my thing. Not so much anymore, but, you know, they've hooked me with this Star Wars thing, so Might be picking up a pair of DC shoes for the first time since like high school time. Middle school even. I don't even know the last time I wore these. Those look pretty cool, but that's the X-Wing version. Not super amazed by those by any means. And then the Darth Vader, I was so close to pulling the trigger on. Now that I got the 30% sticker, I might actually do that. The 30% off. Like, by far, I think the Luke Skywalker ones look the best. Luke Skywalker, then the Boba Fett, and then the Darth Vader ones there. But nothing in my size with the Boba Fett. So that's a no-go. Actually, these might be even cooler than the Luke Skywalker ones. Because of what they did here. That design on the tongue looks really cool. It says DC... Can't quite make this out. 043. Yeah. Those would have been my choice. And then, since I clicked on this ad, I got served another ad. And let me just pull up. Jco, thank you for joining us here. You got a dinosaur emoji there, it looks like. That reminds me, I was just talking about, I don't know if anybody remembers The Land Before Time with like Littlefoot and all of them. For some reason, that animated movie kind of came up in my head literally yesterday. So that's why that little dinosaur emoji kind of reminds me of that. Yada Dog, happy Sunday to you as well there. I'm just kind of informing you what I've been advertised to lately here with these shoes. But now I got advertised these silicone rings. And for me, I work a physical job. So having a metal ring on my finger kind of poses some health risks. In terms of if I was to hit my finger or catch the ring on something, at least these silicone rings kind of break away. Or are easily cut off if need be. And actually, it's so I clicked on it and I saw these Disney ones, but it was actually these. If there's a Marvel ones, that would be really cool. But Star Wars for me over Marvel, so these ones were the ones that were advertised to me. They've also got these Disney collections. So I literally just before I started the stream saw it, clicked on it, started going through it, and then realized that I need to start the stream. So then I just thought I'd maybe do some shopping with you here on this stream. Which one looks the best to you? To be honest, not a huge Rey Skywalker fan, but though that color blend looks really cool. I do like it. Yoda, sure, but not a huge fan of that color blend. Red and black is always eye-catching to me. Darth Maul was huge for me growing up. So this one looks really great. Let me pull that up before the actual comments here so you can actually see it. So there we go. So yeah, that Darth Maul one doesn't look like, here we go. Skywalker for sure, but once again, that color blend, I think I want something more so black and red, so that Darth Vader one looks pretty cool. But actually what was advertised to me was Ahsoka Tano. That's really cool. But it was and there's a Mace Windu. Actually, that might be the one I take. I love that. Where's the other one? There was an Obi-Wan one. And that's not showing up here anymore. None of those are Obi-Wan. So you can get the lightsaber collection with Luke, Vader, and Rey. Oh, they're actually sticking with the Skywalker last name for Rey. That's kind of disappointing. Oh, this is the one that was... Not this. it was the Obi-Wan. So they have a gold hello there. I probably wouldn't get that one. That one would probably be the one that I get. Obi-Wan's my favorite Jedi. So that would probably be the one that I get. If not, probably Darth Maul. Maybe Darth Vader. And then the next one would be... Although the Ahsoka Tano looks beautiful. The Mace Windu. I know my wife would love this because it's purple. Looks really cool though. And like I said, the reason why this appeals to me is where I work. This having a silicone ring breaking away as opposed to something that I can't cut off my finger if anything was to happen. These silicone things really work well. Plus, it's Star Wars, so you can never go wrong there. Anyways, that is just what caught my eye prior to this stream and actually starting this stream. And I just thought instead of delaying the stream any further, I would just kind of show you what was on my mind, what was popping up on my screen, and what I was actually looking at, as opposed to delaying the stream, and see what everyone thought here about those. Yada Dog says they are kind of cool. The shoes or the rings? I personally think both of them are really cool. But to each their own. Skywalker ones are nice, so you must be talking about the rings. Yeah. Anything Skywalker related for sure. I think that Mace Windu one looks really eye-catching. But of course, black and red always go well together, so that Darth Maul or Darth Vader one is also a good catch as well, I think. But I started this stream so that we could talk about the DCON drops. And how everyone did on the DCON drops for VeVe specifically. I've also seen something popping up with some content creators around VeVe more and more, and it came to my attention. Actually, VeVe Vault made a video about it, talking about this Quid and how Quid was going around to VeVe creators to make videos for them. So I took a quick look at Quid and was not super impressed, but when you're comparing something like VeVe to Quid, you know, VeVe is at the top of their game. It's really hard to, you know, compare the best, in my personal opinion, to something like Quid, I guess. But something that we can definitely look at while we may be talking about VeVe. So I'll look up Quid because it's been a while since I actually looked at that. As well as the DCON drops. How did everyone do? Which DCON drops did you actually go for? I think, as I clear off my screen here, I went for quite a few of them, actually. And I did not do well. I did not get any of them. Today, I slept in. I missed one of the drops that I was wanting to go for. And then I missed the next drop after that, which is one I wanted to go for, unfortunately. But that's what happens. Let me pull up the drops and kind of go through. Some of them you can still get. So, obviously, if you can still get them well after the drop, they must be going below retail on the market. So, maybe best to go that route. But with most drops, I think you're going to see that more and more often. Let me get Mia off the screen so that we can go through this. Any comments? Anything that you see? How did you do on the DCON drops? Did you go for any? Were you interested in any? Leave it all in the comments or in the chat here. And I will kind of go through my thoughts on each of these. Don Hyun, thank you so much for joining us here. Same sentiments here about Quid. Yeah, I just actually pulled it up on my screen here to take a look at, to maybe talk about a little bit later. But and it quickly came on my screen, and I saw it again and just was reminded, not super, excited about what they are doing right now, but who knows what will happen in the future with them. Everything is very early in this. But like Yada Dog said there, not how do you compare the best, right? Like VeVe premium 3D digital collectibles to something that I think is mostly 2D from the way I looked at it. Not in the same league as a VeVe for sure. So Doc Ock, my price predictions were way off. And the secret rare was way off. But I'm surprised. And you can see that I actually picked up the secret rare. Because the way other secret rares of first appearance characters are going, this is a really good deal in my opinion. Of course, that's my opinion. Picked up one of him. Because, like, I look at... So I try to compare it to something similar in the market, and something that's been dropped close to the Doc Ock or whatever is dropping next. And the closest thing that we actually had to compare him to was Thor. And Thor had over 30,000 editions. And the secret rare had more editions than this secret rare. And Thor's secret rare is like in the 250s. So for this one, I think it's sitting right now in the 100, like low hundreds, 120 the last time I checked. And I think I got mine for about 110 or something like that. So it's surprising to me how low this is going. And you can still get a Doc Ock in the buy now, so in the blind box. And how many is left? 515. So they're about 66% sold out right now, which is crazy to me, being that the Doctor Strange Eye of Agamotto secret rare is going for like 250, 300 gems. Which I know, like, you can definitely say, oh, but there's already been these rumors about if you have all the Infinity Stones, you might get an airdrop for the Gauntlet or something like that. So that's definitely pushed that secret rare price up. I think it was in the hundreds before, we got that rumor that started to spread really quick. So you can always say that, but like Doc Ock to me, growing up, was a really big supervillain. That, like, he was probably my number one favorite growing up as a Spider-Man fan. So that might just be my own bias that comes into play with that. And I think I said that he would go for somewhere around 250 to 300. And it's just, it's like half that. So that's surprising to me, especially when comparing it to, like, you could say the Eye of Agamotto is that high because of that rumor. But who knows when we're going to get that airdrop? Probably not for a long time. Like, we've only got the Eye of Agamotto and the... I forget the other one's name off the top of my head. But those are the only 2 Infinity Stones that we have. Who knows when we're going to get the other 4? And in addition to that, that's an FE. That's an item or an object that we don't typically see do as good as FAs or an actual character. And even more than that, the animation on this secret rare is probably my favorite animation of any collectible on VeVe, to be honest. Probably Darth Vader is a really cool one as well. But they did a great job on this collectible. Not a huge fan of the metallic red. That's why I don't own it. This is the one that I got on drop. I think they're at like 12 gems. So this is a sleeper to me. If I like, and I think we're going to see this more and more often now with these really good drops of these really good characters of collectibles, in my opinion, going in this direction. And less editions, but not only less editions, but also less rarities. We're not going to get the common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, secret rare. We might just get 3 or 2, an uncommon, ultra rare, secret rare. So with less editions in total compared to all these other characters, we're going to see these being more and more valuable, in my opinion, in the future. But I would be very happy to hear some opposing opinions to that and what you think might be going on with this. But that's just my thoughts. And this is something like I probably will be picking up a metallic red eventually just to complete this set. Get that out of the way. But those are my thoughts on the Doc Ock drop. And my thoughts in general with VeVe moving forward with these drops. Because we're definitely not out of the woods in terms of, you know... I think we still got some pain ahead of us in the market in general and on VeVe before we get to a point where these start to really rebound. So where all of the drops from now until NFTs in crypto and the market in general really starts to rebound, how much pain are they going to experience? And are those going to be the collectibles that you pick up as opposed to, you know, the season 1 VeVe, season 2 VeVes, or like the very first golden moments, etc., etc. Like, which are going to rebound even more? It's tough to say. Still, it never hurts to have like those first drops of those golden moments, of course. It's just, you know, will this return more in terms of a percentage compared to the partner statue? This is a lower barrier to entry as well. So just one thing to think about. I'm always more so about diversification as opposed to stacking. So, you know, if the gems are available, having your foot in a bunch of different collectibles as opposed to focusing as much of your gems is at one collectible as possible. That's my game plan for most things anyways. But I also want to collect things that I'm happy to collect. I don't want to get into buying things just because I think that they're going to go up. I want characters, collectibles that I'm happy to collect, that I'm happy to have in my collection, whether or not they go up or down in price. So that actually plays a really big role for me as well as in collecting and as well as in VeVe. Let's see here. A couple more comments coming in. Resky B just designed another Doc Ock blind box. Another secret rare. So you just went for another blind box and you got the secret rare. Incredible. Congratulations. That is awesome. What's the mint number on that? And you say another secret rare. So that means you got more than one secret rare. Congratulations. Nice work. Let's bring up these screen. Let's go through the DCON drops here. So this one you can actually still get. This is one that I knew I wasn't going to go for. This is the UK edition DCON mascot. I like it, honestly. It looks cool. It just doesn't really... It's not something that I would pick up. As you can see, it's also about 66% sold out. So you still got that 33%, which is interesting because that's the same as the Doc Ock as well. So there's a similar amount of buyers in general here. But especially at a 25 gem list price, it's not bad. This one I did go for. I did not get. Let's see. Yeah, this one I did go for. I did not get. These sold out right away with their low editions, 750. They're selling in the market for 60. Oh, it says the floor price right there. So about double there. They all... Oh, so there's an uncommon, a rare, ultra rare. I didn't realize that. But the artist, I think, did say with the ultra rares that there would be something special. You can also get the physical versions of these as well, I'm pretty sure. So I think the ultra rares are at like 250, 215 there. And there's only 450 editions minus whatever VeVe's holding on to as well. So that's always interesting to see. It's done really well, so it makes sense why it was sold out. I think, my thought process behind what decon drops I was going for or trying to go for was similar with everyone else. If we saw that low edition number, that would be the one that you try to get into. And it seems everybody had the same thought process because these sold out right away. So 450 editions, 550 editions, very low edition numbers, and you about doubled your gems if you went for them and tried to flip them right away. So that was one I tried to go for. Could not get. And then I also tried to go for the Running Keith as well. Did not get. They sold out right away. And so there's a rare and the ultra rare. The rare has 1,000. Pretty much anything below 1,000 I said to myself that I would try to go for. They have a floor price of $48.50 for the rare. So you lost, I think, on that. Yeah, lost a little bit if you were to hold up until now. And just a little bit up on the ultra rare. 788 editions. But those sold out right away. I could not get one of those. And then I did not go for this zodiac signs, even though I am a Sagittarius. And these are not sold out. So you got about a third sold. So that even with around 1,000 editions, this was not a blind box one, so you actually went for the one that you wanted to get. And 803 editions available still. 65 gems. Same thing here. And I'm going to assume about the same thing here. Yep. I don't know. It wasn't something that really it was interesting enough to me to go for, as well as the editions were still fairly high for that. And then this was this morning's drop. I did not go. I wanted to go for this, but I slept in and I missed this. But with that being said, 1820 floor price for the uncommon. So these are the Lincoln Designs. That went for 40 gems, so you actually half your money on the uncommons. A little bit of a loss at 35 gems for the rares. The ultra rares at 51. And then the secret rares, which obviously everyone would be wanting to get in on, is 320. So with that being said, you got to really want to collect this. Otherwise, you're just gambling, or you're going for that quick flip with these. Like, these to me are really cool, back from my skateboarding days. So it is something that I'm interested in collecting. Though it's lower on my list now that I couldn't get the drop. Like, now personally, these decon drops and everything like that aren't as high up on my list when you compare them to something like the Marvel collectibles, the Marvel comics, the Star Wars collectibles. So all that being said, these are lower priority for me unless I can get them on the drop. And then we got this one, which I missed after I woke up. I totally forgot. I didn't even set an alarm or anything for it. They were going for 30 gems, and they were fairly low edition numbers. The uncommon starting at 900. So these are the TNES ones, and that is 1539. So you lost a little bit, or you half for the common. 100 less editions for the uncommon. That's 1679. So another half. This one 1950, about half again, or 2/3. So the common to the rares, 15 gems to 20 gems. And then I like the wood element one, 444 editions. So at that price, you made a little bit of money, just about double, or I guess a 66% return. And then obviously everyone wanting the secret rare at 111 editions. Wow, the floor price is 1,129 gems. That's incredible. So this one is obviously, in terms of the floor price, is the winner. But with 111 editions, I think VeVe kept 40 of them. So there's only 71 editions of these to go around. I think your odds were like 1 in 30 or maybe even 1 in 60, something like that. So a definite winner for the floor prices if you snagged one of those. Your return from 30 gems purchased to now selling for 1100 gems. That's quite a lot. 3,000% or something like that. So that was one I wanted to go for. Take that gamble. This is one I wanted. So just so I can actually say it. So TNES, that was one that I wanted to get into. Illazillas, just for the gambling aspect of it. The Lincoln design was one that I would have just collected if I could have gone for it. The Running Keith I think is cool. I would have gone for it. Same with the Hype Bows. So that's my thoughts on the DCON drops. And then we got two more that aren't sold out that I wouldn't have gone for anyways. These soy milk. There's still 292 editions available for that. So about 75% sold out at a 65 gem. And then the Hugh Man. About the same. A little bit less sold out. And 120 gem price. So that's quite a bit for that. Nothing against the artists or anything like that. Good to support the artists that come onto VeVe. Just not, of course, with art in general. Not everybody's cup of tea. But it's always good to support artists that come onto VeVe. For me and what seems like everyone else, it is just... everybody seemed to have, I think more so based on edition numbers and the gambling factor for them, purchased the ones that obviously sold out. So there's a little bit more demand for those. For example, the Hype Bows, the extra large Running Keiths, the Lincoln designs, as well as the Illazillas. Those are the ones that have sold out and are sold out. The rest still have some available to sell. And if they have some available to sell still, that just means that they are going for less on the aftermarket than what they're selling for right now. Just checking Pride 2's price at 210 gems there. So one I wanted to check, which doesn't let me check on the store screen. Oh, here we go. Darth Vader is sitting at 1,030 gems. It was below, it was in the mid 900s, and then it went back up to about 1,200, and then it's working its way slowly back down to that 900 gem range. That's interesting to see. The one of ones also is worth discussing because of what they went for there. In terms of pricing, let me slide that over a little bit maybe. Let me bring up the comments. Thank you to everyone that is joining me here. I do really appreciate it. I do enjoy the conversation. If you leave anything in the chat, I really do appreciate that. Risky B, you got 659. Excellent. Nice work on this. Another secret rare. Yada Dog, I minted 3 Doc Ox on the drop day, 3 commons. RIP. Definitely. That's a rough. So that's 150 gems, and you're looking at about a third of that back. A little bit rough. Hopefully you got some good mint numbers in there, though, Yada Dog. Unfortunately, I also did get a common for my drop. I did not try to go for more. I was a little bit surprised that it did not sell out right away. I waited for my green truck and saw what I got, and then looked back and it wasn't sold out. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go for any more for that. That's good enough for me. And Risky B minted 2 on drop day. So the Doc Ox, 2 reds. And then picked up 1 SR and uncommon in the marketplace to complete the set. Nice work. Nice work indeed. Nice. So those are our Doc Ox stories. Did anyone go for any DCON drops? Did anyone go for any decon drops? Did you hit? Did you miss out? I thought it was really cool to see the video of VeVe at DCON, and they're doing that Q&A in the room, and everybody's got their phones out ready to go for the drop that was happening, and you hear everybody just sounds of disappointment ring through that room, and I thought that was really funny to see, especially since everybody's using the same internet there. It must have been quite the load in terms of, I'm sure most people didn't get the drop in that room. So really funny to see. Really good to see VeVe out at DCON. Good to see VeVe supporting artists as well as us users, going for these drops as well. Yada Dog, did you bid in the first one of one? Hopefully airdrop soon. I did. I actually had a sneaking suspicion that they were going to do something for those that left a bid on the first airdrop. On the David Warhol. I don't know why I thought that. There was nothing that I had going on that, but I figured that they would. So I actually, on that basis, did leave a bid. And what I thought they might do is actually, the higher your bid, the lower your mint number will be on that airdrop. I think that's more of like something that Hero would do. But I think VeVe would be more so on the random side. But on going on that sort of thought process, I think I left a bid of somewhere in like the thousands of gems, thinking that it would go for about 20,000 gems when all is said and done. So I tried to kind of play to get a lower mint, I guess, is my thought process on that, without having to purchase it or to cancel that purchase, because I'm sure there'd be some sort of penalty if I went that direction as well. Hopefully airdrop soon. You got the Human today. I'll hold that for the long term. Very smart idea with anything that you pick up for the decon drops, holding for the long term. Of course, that's my thought process with almost everything that I'm picking up on VeVe anyways, unless I'm trying to gamble, go for a quick flip personally. Risky B went for the extra large, X large, and got the rare, picked up ultra rare in the marketplace for 65 gems, didn't go for any other decon drops. So you've got that set completed, which is good for MCP points in the future. And then we got also these one of ones to talk about. So I also left a bid for the Top Cat. Did not expect to pick up that. Let's start with the David Warhol. What did that go for again? Of course, Dr. Profit got that. 28,000. Not bad. Top Cat also went to Dr. Profit with 9,570. That went lower than I thought it would be, especially since you get the physical print as well. So I actually thought that would be in like the 15,000 to 20,000 gem range. I'm surprised it went for what it did there. Congratulations to Dr. Profit. And then Dr. Profit takes home this Amazing Spider-Man #1 and pays quite a bit for it. Personally thinking 31,200, considering I don't think you get the physical. I think you just get this. And this was actually my second favorite of the three. No, this is my third favorite of the three. So I actually thought that this one would go for the least amount. Dr. Profit must have blew everybody away. That was, I personally, I think going for this. I think I left a bid for something in like the 9,000 gem range for this. Or no, this one I didn't even bid, or I must have left a bid because I left a bid for each of them. This one I left a bid for about 9,000 gems, thinking that might be enough to pick it up, but obviously 11,000. Caramello got that 11,610. If I won for 9,000 gems, I was probably going to go ahead and complete that purchase. Although I'm probably not in the position to go ahead and do something like that. But I did really like this. And it's probably best that I didn't, because shortly after this, I had an opportunity come up that I wouldn't have been able to take on if I completed that purchase. So good thing that I did not, in retrospect. And then this one, actually, I probably left a bit in like the 3,000 gem range. Same with the other Spider-Man one about the 3,000 gem range. I did not think I was going to win it with that, but I'm surprised it actually went this low, personally. 8,500 for the Black Panther 1 of 1. I thought that would be more so in that other gem range, about 15,000. I think this looks great. Though, if I did go for a 1 of 1 and really wanted it, I would really want a physical print of it. I would really want like this Top Cat and to get the physical print of it. Like I said, I figured that it would probably go for like that 10,000 or sorry 15,000. I'm surprised that this went for this low. I figured like anything that comes with a physical print is probably in that 15 to about 20,000. But congrats on Dr. Profit. Now Dr. Profit has taken more than 50% of the 1 of 1 so far. So Dr. Profit has the David Warhol Top Cat and the Amazing Spider-Man #1. And then we've got 2 separate winners for the Black Panther #25 and the Miles Morales Spider-Man here as well. But congratulations to the winners. I hope that you actually saw that on my screen, that my background wasn't taking up that. Let's see, just to make sure here. Dr. Profit. You can barely make out, I guess, the actual... Oh, you can't make out the gems. So I was just explaining what the gems were there. Sorry for cutting that off the stream. And now I can put the NFTs in the background. And let's see how everyone is saying here. So we've got Sven Danjins. I hope I pronounced your last name. Sven, thank you so much for joining us here. DCON equals cheap MCP points. Absolutely. Got the Tool Stoli thing and Soyu or something like that. Yeah, I'm having difficulties with the names as well. So you got, let's pull that up. Tolstoy. Let's see the drops. The Tolson. That might be worth picking up right now, especially for MCP points. Just 1 gets you that. And you got the, was it the soy milk? Yeah, these are definitely cheap MCP points if you're going that route. If you are wanting to collect MCP points, definitely good things to pick up. Especially the 1 edition sets. It's not going to cost you that much. The Tolson, if you were to pick up that. And actually, I was trying to look at that when that Darth Vader distracted me. I did want to see what that was sitting at, because that's one that I'd have no problem purchasing. I wonder what this failure control is sitting at. 37. Wow. I guess isn't the best way to go through it at all. But that Tolson was one that I wouldn't mind purchasing personally. Here we go, DCON. At 1647 gems. So not bad, being that it's at a 25 gem purchase price. Is it worth taking the risk to try to get a low edition number, like less than 1,030, by trying to buy it off of the drop right now? Like 859, that's still, like, that's good enough. And to pay 1989 for that, only 3 gems more, 5 gems less than taking a risk and getting it for 25 gems from the market. That's a tricky one to try to consider there. You know, do you purchase it from the store, try to risk getting a low mint number when you can just spend 1989 gems for an 859 mint? Save yourself about 5 gems. 778 for 20. Save yourself 5 gems. Now, if it comes into play later, that if it comes into play later that, you know, that metadata of having your name and only your name by getting it on the drop becomes more valuable, maybe that plays into fact to just go for it off the drop. That don't save those 5 gems. What else did I want to take a look at? I guess these are mixed from previous DCON events, so a little bit tricky to take a look. We looked at these prices. We looked at the hype bow prices. This is one that's also just a 1 edition drop for 47 gems. That's a little bit too much that I would want to pay for that specific one. The Human, 95 gems. That costs 120 off the drop. And that's about it there. Of course, you could go back to the previous DCON and get this head of lettuce for 15 gems now. The problem for me with purchasing things right now is things are still going to go down in price, in my opinion. So why purchase now? Personally, because I think that, you don't have to think that. Why purchase now when I think that they will be worth less in the short term? I think a lot of these things are going to do well and go up in price compared to where they are in the long or mid to long term. So in the short term, why purchase them when you think they're going to continue to go down? But then, when are they going to go up? Because you also don't want to miss out on that. And that's something that I'm trying to keep my eye on more and more so. Not just with VeVe, but in markets in general. Trying to think about, you know, especially with being a business owner, when are things going to go up? When are things going to turn around? How long is that going to take? Is it worth even, you know, trying to plan that out? I always try to dollar cost average in general with anything I do. So that's something that I'm going to think more and more about. And think out loud as well. And, you know, talk about it here on this channel, because I also want to get everybody else's feedback about that and to think more and more about the market in general, about crypto, because I actually sold off a lot of my crypto before things kind of took a big dive, luckily. So I also want to think about when I'm going to get back into crypto more so. Minus my OMI, which I've never sold. I sold about 90% of my crypto. And now I'm just trying to think, when do I get back into it? So Sven, Red Doc Ock, you should take 2. I should get in on that. But like I said, when do I purchase that? At 50 gems, do I just purchase it from the store right now? And kind of risk, like, either I get an uncommon, which would be the worst case scenario, or I get that red metallic. I spend maybe 5 more gems because I think you can get them on the market at 45, or I get a secret rare, and that's even better. Like, what are the chances that I get an uncommon right now as opposed to getting the ultra rare or the secret rare? Because if I get the ultra rare, secret rare pays off fairly well, secret rare especially. But if I get the uncommon, that's a bad risk. So let's do that math really quickly right now, because that's also something I should consider. Maybe I'll do it here on the stream. So we've got 2,447 uncommons left. Doc Ock. And I've only got like 78 gems, so I do eventually need to put more gems in. So let's say about 2,500 uncommons. We've got 1159 ultra rares. And we've got 514 secret rares. So if we add up the secret rares and the ultra rares, we get 1,673, and compare that to 2,447 uncommons. That means 8, 16, 24. What does that mean? 8, 16, 24. I guess I can just do this on my calculator as opposed to in my head here. 1673 plus 2,447 is 4,120. Divided by 1673. Oops. I've got a 40% chance of getting the ultra rare or secret rare. I've got a 60% chance of getting an uncommon. Is it worth it? That's also a good point, Sven. Will be a line of red colored that make you a set and give an airdrop. Well, I'm going to make that decision a little bit later. I will be getting off shortly here. I do really appreciate Sven put in more gems. I will eventually, shortly, probably in a couple of weeks, we'll end up doing that. Probably in a couple of weeks. You're way too calculated for this NFT market. When the train leaves the station, you'll be calculating your odds. I think for the most part, I'm very... if I have time, I'm calculated. If I'm actually very... What's that word? We're impulsive. I'm very much an impulsive person. So to probably my downfall for the most part. But when I've got time, I do try to be calculative. So especially when it comes to certain things. So that's kind of to my downfall. And let's see here. Yeah, you're right, Sven. I've timed it well once. Will you do it twice? More than likely not. So at this point, that's kind of my thought process to, you know what, dollar cost average, because the chances that you're lucky twice are, you know, the odds of being lucky once are low. The odds of being lucky twice are just double that in terms of how low it is. So trying to be more dollar cost averaging. But in terms of calculating something like this Doc Ock and my chances to get, you know, two of the ones that I'd be happy to get, it's an easy calculation to do and just think about. Besnick says, VeVe is taken off the App Store and Google Store for new users from countries that can't cash out. This rule isn't for us that are over 1 year on the app, luckily. Interesting. Very interesting. So if you're from a user from a country that can't cash out, it's not on the App Store. But if you have it already, it must be still there, or you can still update. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about there. Dollar cost average, you have more Ironmans now? I do not have more Ironmans. Not yet. And that comes into more of my diversification strategy. I am not trying to pick up multiples. I'm not trying to necessarily stack. I'm more so trying to get my hand in a bunch of different things as opposed to just picking up. Although, like, if I was to pick up and stack certain things, like Golden Moments would be a no-brainer, especially Iron Man. I do still want to get the Avengers logo. There's a lot of things that I want to get. And you got two now, Sven. Nice. Excellent. Did you get one on the drop, or did you purchase both in the aftermarket? I am also trying to think about, what I'm doing. But I also, I mentioned this earlier in the stream. That one of one would have been good to get. But it's a good thing I didn't get it because I'm also putting my money into a new venture offline. Well, actually online, but off of VeVe. So now I'm kind of really limited in the funds that I can put on VeVe. So I'm also trying to calculate that a little bit smarter, because that's going to be something that is a little bit of a money drain for me. So now I got that to also consider with this whole VeVe thing and what I'm going to be doing here. None on the drop. I believe I got 160 uncommon Rexies. I don't know what that is. Stack, man, I'm not too interested in stacking right now. But that's my gameplay. That's kind of just throwing everything on the table so you know exactly what I'm thinking with VeVe, as well as, when I'm putting money into VeVe, what I'm thinking with VeVe and everything there. I don't think I'm going to go for a Doc Ock. I think I'm going to hold onto my gems for now. Work more. I work every day, every hour that I am up at this point in time, and I've been doing so for the past 3 to 4 years, with one vacation that I went on fairly recently for 3 days. So I don't think I can work any harder or any more than I already am, unfortunately. Otherwise, yes, I would work more to try to get more money to put into VeVe. I do agree with work more for most things, but in my case, I'm kind of overextended at this point in time. But I do appreciate each and every one of you that have come onto this stream. You do too, Sven. Sven, I think you even gave me a great audiobook or book to read, and I haven't even read it yet. I think that was you. It had something to do with the metaverse, and I still need to get on that. I did pick it up on Audible, and I'm still really looking forward to reading that one. If you have any other books that you read or anybody reads, leave it in the comment section below. Leave it in the comments, in the chat. I do really appreciate each and every one of you that have joined me here. And if you have anything to add to what I've said, anything to argue against what I've said, I'm open to anything and everything. Comment section below, chat, please. Like this video. Also, if you found it helpful or entertaining for whatever you listened to during this stream, let's just see really quickly how many likes that we actually have going right now, because likes really help me out. So if you haven't already, please give this video a like. We've got 5 likes now that I've liked it. 5 likes. I don't know how many listeners or watchers throughout this time, but I know we can do better than 5 likes. So please like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching.